Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are in beautiful Los Angeles, California. Last week we learned about this incredible city's history, and now we are going to explore the art and architecture that makes Los Angeles one of the world's most interesting places to visit. Please join us. There is no easy way to define the architecture of Los Angeles. It spans from the classical to the modern. It is used in film and television to substitute for almost any location on Earth and beyond. From its founding, Los Angeles has been a diverse community with influences spanning the globe. To this day, there are numerous examples of Spanish colonial architecture standing in Los Angeles. Let's look at some of these historic buildings. In the days after California became a U.S. territory and a state, Los Angeles took on the look of a traditional Western town. The invention of photography allows us to see many examples of the city at the time. Some of these buildings are still standing today. As Los Angeles grew into a modern city, new construction sprang up. Completed in 1893, the Bradbury Building is considered one of the most historic buildings in Los Angeles. On the outside, it looks like a typical late 19th century building. But upon entry, guests are transported to what is described as an awe-inspiring cathedral-like open-air space, featuring ornate steel accents and a large glass atrium. You may recognize it from television and film, including its iconic appearance in the movie Blade Runner. We are now in the heart of the entertainment business. This is where the movies have been made for well over a century. Let's learn more about Hollywood's incredible history. In Hollywood, the architecture is nearly as diverse as the films that are made there. The iconic Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard is a stunning example of Asian architecture. With its world-famous cement handprints, this building has played host to movie premieres and red carpets over a century. Just down the street from the Chinese Theater is its sister location, the Egyptian Theater, featuring sandstone facades and hieroglyphs. The bar next door was a personal favorite of Golden Age stars such as Clark Gable. A more recent addition to the area's architecture is Hollywood and Highland, a massive complex completed in the early 2000s. Based on sets from epic films of the 1920s, this shopping and entertainment complex features original props from the famous movies and has a viewing platform for looking at the Hollywood sign. Speaking of Hollywood, if you want to enjoy some outdoor music, don't forget to visit the Hollywood Bowl. A treasure of modern architecture, this location can host over 17,000 guests and is a favorite location for the world's biggest artists to perform and watch others perform. In the hills above Hollywood, you can see Griffith Observatory. This structure combines Greek and Beaux Arts influences. The exterior is embellished with the Greek key pattern. The telescope inside has been viewed by over 7 million people since 1930 and is considered the most used piece of scientific equipment in history. The exterior of the observatory was made famous by the James Dean film Rebel Without a Cause and has been used in countless films and television shows since. We are in Pershing Square, in the heart of downtown Los Angeles. Here you can see examples of classical and modern architecture. We'll be right back with more Design Santa Barbara after a break. Beverly Hills. Let's look at some examples that many of the world's biggest stars have called home. Past episodes, we have talked about the impact Frank Lloyd Wright has had on architecture. Of his numerous works in the Los Angeles area, nothing compares to Hollyhock House. Built as a residence for Oil heiress Aline Barnsdall, Hollyhock House was completed in 1921. As with many of Wright's residences, it has an introverted exterior with windows that seem hidden from the outside and is not easy to decode from outside. The house is arranged around the central courtyard with one side open to form a kind of theatrical stage and a complex system of split levels, steps, and roof terraces around that courtyard. The design features exterior walls that are tilted back at 85 degrees, which helps provide a Mayan appearance, sometimes referred to as the Mayan Revival style. Along with the leaded art glass in the windows, a grand fireplace with a large abstract bas-relief and a moat. Water is meant to flow from a pool in the courtyard through a tunnel to this inside moat and out again to the fountain. Open to the public since 2005, Hollyhock House, along with 7 other Wright structures, were recently added to the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Downtown Los Angeles is a treasure trove of architectural gems. From classical to modern high-rises, walking the streets of LA can give those interested a truly global view. Los Angeles City Hall, completed in 1928, is the center of the government of the City of Los Angeles and houses the mayor's office and the meeting chambers and offices of the Los Angeles City Council. The concrete in its tower was made with sand from each of California's 58 counties and water from its 21 historic missions. To keep the city's architecture harmonious, prior to the late 1950s, the charter of the City of Los Angeles did not permit any portion of any building other than a purely decorative tower to be more than 150 feet. Therefore, from its completion in 1928 till 1964, the City Hall was the tallest building in Los Angeles and shared the skyline only with a few structures having decorative towers. Nearby is a staggering example of modern architecture, the Walt Disney Concert Hall, designed by famed modern architect Frank Gehry, was first proposed in 1989 when Walt Disney's widow committed $50 million to the project. After nearly 15 years of design and construction, the project finally opened in 2003. I hope you have enjoyed this very special look into Los Angeles, its history and its architectural treasures.